Signout presentation.
Greatest universe students, greatest bongo, greatest. Please listen and don't judge. During my primary school days, I repeated primary 3 class. Because back then I was a perfect example of Olodo. Olodo with the bab Apollo and get red eyes like Apollo. I started dance like a willow, but stubborn like Ute Morocco. I was a 7-year-old criminal, bold enough to defraud the church treasurer and use the money to buy football. I lied with my father's name, who would believe the pastor's son is telling lies. My daddy said you should give me 500 naira from the church purse, and boom, that was it. I used church money to buy fly ball and make merry with my friends. Remember, we listen, we don't judge. But coming from Delta to Benin, I wrote to our egg twice, jumped twice, and was given admission twice. I signed in the same day my elder brother signed out. Now I have signed out, my younger sister have signed in. It has been God from the start, and up to now, it is still God. It has been God all the way from auditorium to LT1. It was not easy facing the micro and macro of Echo, but God's philosophy was the logic of my GST. I said it was not easy facing the micro and macro of Echo, but God's philosophy was the logic of my GST. And even when I not copy notes, He gave me access to every PDF. I don't know how basement be, but I still pass my computer-based tests. And I'm not the senator, but I never lacked any material. I'm not enter cab because it's too small. I'm not enter shuttle because I'm too tall. Now my legs they carry me, they go anywhere better day. If it takes about 10 minutes for cab to get to education from main gate, for me it's about 7 minutes. Because I move ahead, there is no go slow with my legged bends. No U-turn or diversion until I reach my location. See, sometimes academic work looks like office work, but it's painful when you know that pocket money is not like salary. Sometimes I wish my library card could withdraw money. Sometimes I wish my HOD could start paying our department 5K for each student every week. You know the Bible says the Lord is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all we could ever imagine or think. But sometimes Universe will make you imagine things that does not exist. And the only things that God cannot do are those things that does not exist. Regardless, God was faithful through the process. He never left me helpless. And the level plenty for Universe, but He still gave me the fruit of His Spirit. And even when I'm faced with situations of making serious decisions, like LT1 facing LT2, I see God coming behind from ETF, leading me through the H series, so I can worship Him and fellowship with Him in Orchard. And in the midst of those trees, I felt His presence as much as I felt the presence of those invigilators in Festus Iyayi Hall. I will be honest, God helped me, God saved me, God did. I said, God helped me, God saved me, God did. Even when we were called the worst primary C sets, we were called the worst JSS3 sets, we were the worst SS3 sets, and now we are even the worst final year sets. But in the midst of all these worsts, God still calls me His best. Plenty photocopies all around me, but He still preserved the original copy of my identity. He gave me clearance with eligibility. Now I have signed out with validity. Come on. Greatest universe students. Greatest universe students. Greatest bongo. Greatest. Now listen to this. Leaders of tomorrow. Education is beyond schooling, but it makes more meaning when you find your calling. Kings and queens of place of kings. I go by the name chizenelvic. Dspokifire.